Somewhere out there right now, it is raining diamonds. And that is not even the strangest thing in our solar system. We picture space as cold, empty, and silent, a whole lot of nothing. But hiding between the planets are places so bizarre, they should not be real. Worlds of fire, oceans of methane, and a storm older than every country on Earth. Today we are taking a tour of the strangest places we have ever found. And we are saving the single weirdest for last because it might not be empty. Start at the sun and travel outward. Every stop on this map breaks a rule you thought space had to follow. Our first stop is the planet next door, and it is trying to kill you in 4 different ways. Venus is almost exactly Earth's twin in size. For a while, we dreamed it was a warm jungle world. It is not. Venus is the hottest planet in the entire solar system. And here is the twist. It is not the closest planet to the Sun. Mercury is. Yet the surface of Venus sits at around 465 degrees Celsius. That is hot enough to melt lead day and night everywhere on the planet. The reason is the air, a thick blanket of carbon dioxide that traps heat and never lets it go. This is a runaway greenhouse effect, taken to its most terrifying extreme. Stand on Venus, and the pressure would crush you, like a submarine sinking too deep. It is the same force you would feel nearly a kilometer beneath the ocean. And floating above it all, clouds, not of water, but of pure sulfuric acid. A world that rains acid onto molten rock, and somehow it only gets stranger from here. Next stop, the red planet. Mars looks calm, almost peaceful, but it is hiding a giant. Rising out of the Martian dust is the largest volcano in the solar system. Its name is Olympus Mons, and its scale is almost impossible to picture. Mount Everest, our tallest mountain, stands about 8.8 kilometers above the sea. Olympus Mons rises around 22 kilometers, roughly 2.5 times as tall. It is so wide that if you stood at its base, you could not see the peak. The summit would curve away below the horizon, hidden by the planet itself. It is about the size of a country, a single mountain as wide as Poland. How did Mars grow something so monstrous when Earth never could? On Earth, our crust drifts, so volcanoes move off their hotspot and stop growing. But Mars sits still, so the lava piled up in one place for millions of years. A dead giant frozen mid-eruption. Now we leave the rocky worlds behind and things get truly alien. Out at Jupiter, one small moon glows a sickly yellow and orange, like a rotten pizza. This is Io, and it is the most volcanically active world we have ever found. Hundreds of volcanoes erupt across its surface, throwing plumes hundreds of kilometers into space. But Io is tiny, barely bigger than our own moon. It should be cold and dead. So what is heating it? The answer is a slow, violent squeeze. Giant Jupiter pulls on one side of Io, while its sister moons pull on the other. Io is stretched and crushed over and over, like a stress ball in a fist. That friction melts its insides, and the heat has to escape somehow. The result is a moon that turns itself inside out, again and again. Fire in the cold dark of space. But nearby, one of Io's neighbors hides the opposite extreme. Look at Jupiter itself, and you will see a single red eye staring back. It is a storm, but calling it a storm is almost an insult. This is the Great Red Spot, and it is bigger than our entire planet. We have been watching this same storm for at least 350 years. It is a hurricane wider than Earth that has raged without stopping for centuries. Its winds scream around the edges at over 400 kilometers per hour. On Earth, our biggest hurricanes burn out in a week or two. But Jupiter is almost all gas, with no land to slow a storm down. So it just spins and spins, fed by the planet's endless internal heat. A single tempest, older than the telescope that first revealed it. And Jupiter is not the only giant hiding an impossible shape. Fly out to Saturn, look down at its north pole, and you will not believe it is real. There is a giant six-sided shape, carved into the clouds, a near-perfect hexagon. Storms are supposed to be round. Circles, spirals, swirls, never straight lines and corners. Yet this hexagon has sat at Saturn's pole for as long as we have watched. Each of its 6 sides is longer than the diameter of the Earth. It is a jet stream bent into a shape that looks almost manufactured. Scientists have recreated it in the lab with spinning fluid and the hexagon appears. But seeing it out there, wrapped around the planet, still feels like finding a message. Nature drawing straight lines in the sky, and below the clouds, the rules break even harder. On Neptune and Uranus, the strangest weather in the solar system may be falling right now. These are the ice giants, cold blue worlds at the far dim edge of the planets. Deep inside them, the pressure is almost beyond imagination. The atmospheres are full of methane, a molecule packed with carbon. Squeeze that carbon hard enough and heat it, and something remarkable happens. The carbon atoms lock together into crystals, into solid diamond. Scientists believe it literally rains diamonds deep in the hearts of these worlds, chunks of diamond drifting down through crushing layers toward the core. The most precious thing on Earth may simply be weather out there, diamonds falling like rain, and yet we still have not reached the strangest place of all. Back at Saturn, one giant moon is the most Earth-like world we have ever seen, sort of. Titan is bigger than the planet Mercury, and it has a thick, hazy orange atmosphere. It is the only moon in the solar system with real weather and clouds and rain. It has flowing rivers, wide lakes, and even shallow, gentle seas. But nothing here is made of water. It is far too cold for that. At nearly minus 180 degrees Celsius, water is frozen hard as rock. So on Titan, the rivers and lakes are filled with liquid methane and ethane. It rains a fuel-like liquid from the clouds into seas large enough to sail across. A world with a full weather cycle, running on chemicals we burn back home. And under its surface, Titan may hide a buried ocean of water too. It is the closest thing to an alien Earth we have ever laid eyes on. But if you want water, you can actually watch MOVE, one tiny moon puts on a shell. Enceladus is small and bright, a shining white ball of ice orbiting Saturn. For years, it seemed like just another frozen, boring little moon. Then a spacecraft flew past its south pole and saw something erupting. Giant jets of water blasting hundreds of kilometers up into open space. Enceladus is a frozen world with geysers spraying an ocean out through cracks in its ice. That water freezes instantly, and some of it even feeds one of Saturn's rings. It means beneath the ice, there is a warm, salty liquid ocean. And where there is liquid water and heat, there is a chance for something more. Which brings us at last to the single strangest place in the solar system. Not the hottest or the tallest or the oldest, but maybe the most important. Back at Jupiter, there is a moon that looks at first almost dull. Europa is a smooth ball of ice, crisscrossed with strange reddish cracks. It is one of the flattest worlds we know, with almost no mountains at all. And that smoothness is the first clue that something is deeply wrong, or wonderful. Those cracks look exactly like the fractured ice on a frozen sea back on Earth. Because that is what this is, a shell of ice floating on top of an ocean. Beneath a crust of ice, kilometers thick, lies a dark, global saltwater sea. The same tidal squeezing that melts Io keeps this hidden ocean warm and liquid. And here is the number that stops scientists in their tracks. Europa may hold more than twice as much liquid water as every ocean on Earth combined. Twice all of Earth's water sealed in darkness, under a roof of solid ice. On Earth, wherever we find water and warmth, we find life, every single time. And Europa has quietly had both for perhaps billions of years. We do not know what, if anything, is swimming in that black ocean. But it is one of the best places in the solar system to go looking for life. So the solar system is not the cold, empty void we once imagined. It is a collection of the strangest places human beings have ever discovered.